A Tesla Model 3 loses more than half its value in the first 5 years you own it. 61%. Gone. The car that half the internet will tell you is the smartest financial decision in motoring depreciates harder than a luxury German sedan. And almost nobody is told this before they sign. All prices in Australian dollars, unless I name another currency. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through 10 facts that Tesla's own marketing, the fan forums, and most dealers will never volunteer. Not because they're secrets, because they change the maths on a car that is otherwise genuinely excellent. Fact number 10. Fact 10. The range on the screen is not the range you'll get. The number on the sticker says 629 kilometres for the long range here in Australia. And here's the detail that tells you everything. That number is calculated under a test cycle, not on your actual road, at your actual speed, in your actual weather. Here's the part that surprises people in both directions. In controlled testing by Edmunds in the United States, a rear-wheel drive Model 3 actually beat its official range, covering 393 miles when the window sticker said 363. Tesla's efficiency is genuinely class-leading, and when conditions are kind, the car will reward you. That is not a spec sheet exaggeration. That is real. But highway driving is where the optimistic number quietly breaks down. Independent testing by Consumer Reports found that real-world highway range, the kind you do on a road trip, sitting at 110 on a freeway, comes in well short of the official figure. That is not a Tesla problem specifically. Every electric car loses range at sustained highway speed because there's no stop-start regeneration to claw energy back. So what actually happened here? And more importantly, before Fact 9, quick favour, if this is helping you, tap like and subscribe. Fact 9, the same car costs wildly different money depending on where you live. The Tesla Model 3 is one car with at least 3 very different price tags, and the gaps are not small. In the United States, the base rear-wheel drive Model 3 starts at around $38,500 before taxes and incentives. In Canada, that same car is roughly $39,500 Canadian dollars. Here in Australia, the entry Model 3 starts at about $55,000 before on-road costs. And drive away, with stamp duty and registration, you're looking at well past $60,000, same car, same factory, radically different price. And that is before you even touch the really messy part, government incentives. In parts of the United States, a federal tax credit can knock thousands off the purchase price. In other states, nothing. In the UK and across Europe, incentive schemes have been wound back almost entirely. In Australia, Fact 8, insurance will cost you more than any review mentions. Nobody's YouTube review tells you this because nobody's review is looking at your renewal notice. Electric vehicles cost, on average, nearly 50% more to insure than a comparable petrol car. And the Model 3 sits right in the middle of that premium. In the United States, full coverage insurance on a Model 3 averages somewhere around $280 to $350 a month, depending on state and driver history. Across a year, that is real money, and it does not disappear once the car is paid off, the way a fuel bill does. It follows the car for as long as you own it. Why? 2 reasons, and both are worth understanding. First, the battery. If the structural battery pack is damaged in even a modest collision, the repair bill can total the car. Insurers price that risk in. Second, parts and labour. Tesla-approved repairs are concentrated, the parts pipeline is controlled, and that means insurers face higher claim costs, costs they hand straight back to you in the form of the premium. Fact 7. Repairs cost around 20% more, and the shop list is short, and here's the part that follows directly from that insurance number. Independent data suggests a Tesla Model 3 costs roughly 22% more to repair than a conventional car. It is not that the car breaks down more, it is that when something goes wrong, fixing it is structurally more expensive. The reasons stack on top of each other. The body is a mix of aluminium and steel, which changes how panels are repaired. The electrical architecture is centralized, and critically, your options for who is allowed to work on the car are far narrower than they are for a Toyota or a Ford. You are largely tied to Tesla's own service network and its approved body shops. There is no independent mechanic down the road who can plug in and quote you 3 options for a part. That has a real consequence that most buyers feel for the first time at the worst possible moment, after an accident. The wait for parts can be long, the quote is what it is, and if you live outside a major city, the nearest approved repairer might be hours away. Fact 6. Tesla removed the indicator stalk, then quietly brought it back. With a catch. This is the fact that tells you more about how Tesla operates than any spec sheet ever could. When the refreshed Model 3 arrived, Tesla made a very deliberate choice. It removed the indicator stalk and the gear selector, Everything moved onto buttons on the steering wheel and the gear selection onto the touchscreen. The backlash was immediate and loud. Owners described it as the single most divisive decision in the car, reaching for a stalk that was not there, fumbling for a turn signal mid-roundabout, and here's the detail that matters: Tesla actually listened. In 2025, the company brought the indicator stalk back. But there is a catch, and the catch is the point. The stalk did not come back everywhere. It came back on certain versions, in certain markets, and on certain inventory, while other Model 3s continue to ship without it. That means two people can buy what looks like the same car and get two different control layouts. So, what does that mean for you? It means you cannot assume. Before you buy, sit in the exact car you are buying and check the exact controls it has. Because of Fact 5, Tesla's European sales collapsed by nearly a third in a single year. Let's zoom out, because the next fact is about the company. And the company is about your resale value. In 2025, Tesla's sales across Europe fell by roughly 28% in a single year, around 326,000 vehicles in 2024, down to just over 235,000 in 2025. The details are even starker in specific markets. In Germany, once Tesla's strongest European market, registrations crashed by over 48%. Belgium fell by more than half, Portugal down 22%, and globally, Tesla delivered around 1.64 million vehicles in 2025, down more than 8% on the year before. Its first annual decline. Now, balance. This is not a one-sided collapse everywhere. In Italy and Switzerland, Tesla registrations actually rose significantly. The picture is not Tesla is finished. The picture is Tesla is under serious competitive pressure in its most important markets, from cheaper Chinese rivals and established brands finally delivering compelling electric cars. And here is why a buyer should care. When a brand's sales and market share are under sustained pressure, the company's main competitive weapon becomes Fact 4. The depreciation is real and it is brutal. We started here, so let's make it precise, because this is the number that changes the maths. According to CarEdge's depreciation data, a Tesla Model 3 loses roughly 61% of its value over 5 years, assuming typical mileage, on a car bought new for around $51,000. That leaves a resale value of about $20,000 after 5 years. That is a harder depreciation curve than most petrol sedans, and the first 3 years are where the damage is concentrated. Independent analysis suggests the car sheds somewhere between 25 and 35% of its value in that window alone. Why does the Model 3 depreciate this hard? Three forces all working at once. First, Tesla itself keeps cutting new car prices, which drags used values down. Second, the used market is flooded. The Model 3 was one of the best-selling cars on Earth for years, so there are a lot of them for sale. Third, battery anxiety. Buyers of used electric cars are nervous about an aging battery, and that fear gets priced into what they will pay. This is not a reason to never buy one. It is the single strongest argument for buying one used, the same car, 3 years old, for a fraction of the new price. That is where the Model 3 becomes a genuinely sharp financial decision. Fact 4. The depreciation is real and it is brutal. We started here, so let's make it precise, because this is the number that changes the maths. According to CarEdge's depreciation data, a Tesla Model 3 loses roughly 61% of its value over 5 years, assuming typical mileage, on a car bought new for around $51,000. That leaves a resale value of about $20,000 after 5 years. That is a harder depreciation curve than most petrol sedans, and the first 3 years are where the damage is concentrated. Independent analysis suggests the car sheds somewhere between 25 and 35% of its value in that window alone. Why does the Model 3 depreciate this hard? Three forces all working at once. First, Tesla itself keeps cutting new car prices, which drags used values down. Second, the used market is flooded. The Model 3 was one of the best-selling cars on Earth for years, so there are a lot of them for sale. Fact 2. The car you buy today is not the car you'll own next year. This is the one that most people do not fully grasp until it happens to them. A Tesla is a software-defined car. The features are not fixed when it leaves the factory. They are updated, changed, added, and sometimes removed through over-the-air updates while the car sits in your driveway. Mostly, this is genuinely good. Tesla has pushed out updates that improve efficiency, add features, and refine the interface for years, long after competitors would have told you to buy a new car to get anything new. That is a real, underappreciated strength of the brand, but the same mechanism cuts both ways. When you buy a car whose behavior is controlled by software, you're accepting that the company can change how that car behaves. Controls get moved, menus get reorganized, features you learn to rely on can be relocated or altered. And in the stalk example from Fact 6, we already saw a physical control be removed and then partially restored across different cars. There is no malice in this. It is simply the nature of the product. But it means the car you test drive today and the car you are driving a year from now may not be the same experience, for better or worse. If you're the kind of owner who wants their car to stay exactly as it was on day one, Fact 1, the cheap EV story hides a second price tag. And here we are at number 1. The fact that ties all of this together and that genuinely changes the decision. The entire pitch for the Model 3 is built on one idea, that electric means cheap to run. No petrol, no oil changes, less maintenance, and that part is true. The Model 3 is genuinely inexpensive to run on a day-to-day basis, and its energy efficiency is the best in the business. But there is a second price tag, and almost nobody adds it up before they buy. Insurance that runs roughly 50% higher than a petrol car, repairs that cost around 20% more, depreciation that wipes out 60% of the car's value in 5 years, and depending on your market, a purchase price that is simply not cheap. When you stack those together, the total cost of ownership picture is far closer to a conventional premium car than the marketing would have you believe. The savings on fuel and servicing are real, but they can be entirely consumed by the insurance premium and the depreciation curve. For some buyers, the Model 3 is still the smartest financial decision available. For others, it is not. And the only way to know which group you are in is to add up the whole picture, not just the part you have been shown. That is the entire point of this channel. Not to tell you what to buy, not to tell you the Model 3 is good or bad, but to give you the facts nobody volunteered, so that if you got something out of this, hit subscribe. Every week on Global EV Expert, we break down the real-world ownership reality that reviews and dealers won't, the depreciation, the insurance, the things you only find out after you've signed. Drop a comment below. Do you think the Model 3 is still the smartest EV buy, or has the depreciation and insurance reality changed the maths for you? I want to hear it.